I don't need to take a probiotic. I eat plenty of yogurt. I hear that one a lot. Well, Dr. Oz once said on his program that it would take a whole studio filled with yogurt, like a big huge room filled with yogurt, like a semi-truckload, in order to get enough probiotics for your body to kill any kind of bacteria and replenish your flora. Because a lot of the yogurt that you buy at the store is filled with sugar, if you look at the ingredients, and fruit and other things that cause the bacteria, the good bacteria, to die from the shelf life itself. Probio5 is uniquely formulated to contain probiotics plus enzymes. The first enzyme I would just absolutely love to talk about is chitosanase. It is the only enzyme that breaks down the hard exoskeleton of different fungus and yeasts that overgrow in your intestines. And there's supposed to be a certain percentage of them in your gut to break down dead matter and to break your body down when you die, the decomposition process. But when we feed it with excessive sugar eating and excessive stress in our lives, the yeast overgrows. And it's kind of like if you think about bread and you put the yeast with the warm water, it starts to puff up and overgrow. Well, it starts to coat the lining of your intestines, and it matures and grows a strong exoskeleton, a barrier that cannot be broken through by any kind of probiotic. The chitosanase is the only enzyme that can break down the chitin, or the hard exoskeleton of the yeast and fungus, bacteria that grow in your gut. The way the lining of your intestines work is that there's little villi in there. They're like little straws that when you eat your food, they suck all the nutrients out of your food. When you have a yeast overgrowth or fungus that's lining, you see a tree, you see fungus growing on the side of it. It's kind of like that in your gut. So when it lines it and it coats it, you can't absorb the nutrients. And in fact, it starts to rob you of your nutrition, and that's why people feel so bad. And even though you're taking all kinds of supplements and eating a really healthy diet, you're not getting the full benefit of it because there's something there that's creating a barrier from the nutrient absorption. Telltale signs of a yeast overgrowth are like skin irritations, bloating, IBS type symptoms, and headaches, brain fog, things like that. So you want to get those levels under control, and this is a great product to do that. The next enzyme that I'm really excited to tell you about is serrapeptase. Serrapeptase actually breaks down biofilms that encapsulate and form over bad bacteria to protect them from antibiotics and other things that are designed to kill bacteria. That's why a lot of people don't get better when they have different bacterial infections. It helps break those biofilms down so that probiotics can actually go in there and take care of business. Serrapeptase also breaks down proteins that leak out of the gut and tuck away in your joints that cause inflammation, so that's very helpful. Probio5 is specially formulated to break down in the pH level of your gut, so it doesn't break down in your stomach acid, which would kill a lot of the good bacteria. It gets all the way to your gut, so it's 100% effective. The protease is another enzyme that breaks down proteins that you eat, like meat and eggs and things like that. When the protein is broken down, it actually turns into amino acids. And amino acids are the building blocks of all the cells in your whole body. So it's really good to have that protease to break it down. Cellulase helps you break down fiber from the plants that you eat. And now we're going to move on to the probiotics that Probio5 contains. And the first is Lactobacillus plantarum, which creates a healthy barrier in your colon to keep dangerous bacteria from entering your bloodstream. S. boulardii is also in the Probio5, and this keeps pathogens from colonizing. It's really a great antifungal. Probiotics are always good for breaking down things like dairy products. It also replenishes the gut with good bacteria to fight the bad bacteria. Another thing that I really like about the Probio5 is that it doesn't need to be refrigerated. So many people tell me, like, don't you have to refrigerate this? We've had to refrigerate other probiotics. Now, the problem with this is that if you have to refrigerate it, That means it doesn't survive very well in warmer temperatures. What temperature is your body? 98.6? Well then we would have a problem there with these other probiotics. Our probiotic actually activates in the warmer temperature of the body, so that's really good.